So Mario and Sonic at the Olympic 2020 Tokyo Games, oof, that is a mouthful, was shown off at this year's E3 2019 conference. Here is a video I've compiled that lists absolutely everything that we've learned about the game so far. Let's discuss right now.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
A quick shout out to Hendog HD. This is a fan art of Metal Duckles that they drew for me, and it looks like Metal Duckles is going to camp. And I gotta say, yes, Camp Metal Duckles would be an amazing place. I would love to go there for a summer. So thank you so much, Hendog. I really appreciate this. Anyway, hello there, beautiful human. My name is RidersDX, and welcome to my channel. Where today we finally got another video on Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. You know, I'm just gonna say Mario and Sonic. You know, that name is just too long for me to say over and over again. But we've got some information because this game was actually shown off at E3, so that's really cool. I'm glad that they're putting the game on like the conferences and all that, because I feel like we've heard almost nothing about this game until like recently, so that's a really good thing. Now I have a total of 10 points that I was able to gather, and so please stick to the end of the video so you can hear all 10 points that I covered, and you might actually get a bonus one at the end, maybe or maybe not. But okay, let's just get started. And number one, we've got a confirmation of a bunch of the characters that will be in the game. So what I'm showing off right now is a screenshot of the roster that was shown off at E3. Not all the characters were selectable at E3, but we at least got to see how many characters and what characters will be in the game. So here is the list: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Bowser, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Eggman, Wario, Waluigi, Yoshi, Donkey Kong, Bowser Jr., Shadow, Silver, Metal Sonic, Blaze, and Vector. So 10 and 10 from each franchise. So these are all pretty typical Olympic Games characters. Not surprised about any of them, but there was some question about whether or not this was the final roster up in the game. It'd be a little bit disappointing if that was, because I think previous Olympic Games have had more characters, but we do have confirmation that this is not the final roster. As pointed out in this tweet that I got from Billy on Twitter, here's what he said: the roster selection revealed at E3 isn't the final roster, as Zavok wasn't on the character select screen. However, he can be seen in gameplay, and that is correct. And so if you didn't know, there was a review trailer that was reviewed when this game was brought to E3, and the trailer has a bit of a snippet of Zavok being played in the karate game. And so that is confirmation that we do not know all the characters that will be in this game, and so I'm hoping there'll be some more selections here and there. I mean, it's a pretty good sized roster so far, but I'm pretty sure we had bigger rosters in the past, so I do hope that there's more characters that are coming. Now, beyond characters that are playable, there are other characters making appearances or little cameos in the game, and so I'm showing off a few screenshots of Cream, for example. I'm so glad that they didn't kill off Cream for good. You know, I was kind of missing her in Team Sonic Racing, to be honest. I mean, I was really happy to see that the child made it into the game, but I was a little bit sad that Cream wasn't with Amy and Big, because I feel like that's just a team you should never break up, but that's just my opinion. Also, I found a screenshot of Charmy B in the karate games. I took a pic of this in particular, and Charmy's just like, I will never be playable in a Sonic game again, will I? But there's a bunch of the confirmed characters in the game right now, and yeah, I think if there's one thing about the Olympic Games that are really great, it's the fact that there's always a lot of fan service in the game. So you always see a lot of appearances from different characters, you know, more so than the actual games in the main series, so that's really awesome. Now, point number two, we have an official release date. Well, not a specific date, but we know which month it's coming out, and that's gonna be November. And so yeah, really, who didn't see that coming, honestly? But it is going for an official retail price of $60, which I think is a little steep for a game like this, but I'm not surprised, to be honest, because Mario is in the game, and Mario is usually priced at $60 on all his games, including all the spin-offs, so I guess it makes sense. I just don't personally think that a game like this should cost $60, but that's just me. Now, for the next 5 points I want to talk about, I'm gonna highlight each game that we were able to see at E3 2019. So the first one is skateboarding, and wow, I gotta say, the skateboarding looks really epic over here, and so I'm showing off some footage that I was able to get from E3 on the skateboarding game. By the way, I'm gonna link all the footage that I used in this video, so if you want to see anything in the full length, then you can go ahead, check out the links in the description box below. But yeah, the skateboarding looks pretty cool, and you know, you can do some certain tricks when you're in the air, for example, and you can also kind of like grind on the ledges and all that. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm really interested in seeing what it's gonna be like playing it, because I know with the Nintendo Switch in particular, there's a whole bunch of control schemes you can do with all the games. So yeah, I'm really curious, but I will say it does look pretty fun at least, and definitely is one of the ones I'm really looking forward to. Now, number 4, we also got footage of the 110 meter hurdles, and you all know what to expect at this point. This is just basically that running game, and we've actually seen footage of people playing this game in the initial review trailer that was released all the way back during like a Sega conference or something like that. And so it's gonna be pretty clear on how this game is played. I'm showing off some footage of it over here, and it doesn't really look that different from what we've seen in the past. I mean, this is one of the very first games that ever was revealed when the initial Olympic Games came out back all the way back in 2008. So yeah, really not much else to say here, but it is nice to see that like a lot of sidecasts in particular have like these outfits on. I think it's really cute that they decided like not to just stick with the typical like outfits and actually give these characters like something more appropriate to wear. I gotta say, I love Eggman in his tank top in particular. That's looking pretty sick. And yeah, that's pretty to say about this mini game. Now, number 5, we've got karate, and there's some pretty funny footage online right now of like Peach beating Bowser, for example, and like Tails beating Peach, for example. it's looking like it's gonna be a pretty entertaining mini game at least. And this is also the mini game where Charmy B is being a referee, so that's really cool. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. The scoring system in particular looks a little bit complex, so that's a really cool thing as well. Like, that's the thing about all these games in the series, is that they're not just like these party games that you can just kind of get in and get out of. You know, they have some depth and there's a lot of thought being put into them. So I'm really looking forward to seeing like what the control schemes are like with this one in particular. Now, the next game I have is surfing, and I have a really cool comment I want to highlight here from my Twitter. Here's something from Sammy Lawrence, and he said Sonic Riders is coming back somehow, and I'm just like, yes, bitch, yes. There's a reason why Riders is in my username. But yes, surfing is a game I'm really looking forward to in this game. It looks like a whole lot of fun, and it's something that I don't think I've seen in Olympic Games before, so I'm really curious as to seeing how it plays out. But I just love the screenshots in particular, because it definitely looks like Sonic is riding an airboard, and it just reminds me so much of Sonic Riders. And my gosh, Sega, please, please, please come out with Sonic Riders 4. I really don't even care that so many people hate the franchise. It honestly is one of my favorite spin-offs in Sonic history, so fight me. Now, the 5th game that we were able to see at E3 2019 was the Archery Game, and this is probably the one that I'm like least interested in, to be honest. I'm actually kind of confused on like how this controls, because I know with like the Nintendo Wii and Wii U versions, of course you could kind of point it at the screen and that's how you would control archery, but obviously it's gonna be different here because you don't have that thing you can point on, you don't have that sensor bar. And yeah, I'm really not sure how this controls, so I'll be really curious as to seeing like how you would actually play this. But I will say, and here's something that I didn't really mention beforehand, is like each of these games has multiple control schemes you can like use, which makes sense because the Nintendo Switch itself comes with a whole bunch of different control schemes. So you can just use the Joy-Cons by themselves, you can use them together, you can just use buttons, or you can use motion controls. There's a whole lot of options for all these games, and I'm glad that they have that, at least, because you know, I would have been really annoyed if they just forced motion controls on everyone. This is definitely the kind of game where I feel like that would happen. So I'm glad that that's not the case. Now, number 8, those are all 5 events that was shown off at E3 2019, but we did still get to see a screenshot of all the events that are apparently going to be in the game. And a really cool thing is that dream events are looking like they're coming back, and so here's a screenshot of the events that I was able to grab from like Twitter or something, and you can see that all of the events are there, and also 3 dream events. Now, 3 events is a little bit of a small number. I do hope that there's more, but you truly like never know. And credit to Phantom Box for pointing this out as well. You know, so it looks like the 3 dream events that we'll have is Dream Racing, Dream Shooting, and Dream Karate. And damn, I would have loved to have Dream Surfing in particular. I think that would have been really cool. Maybe give us some Sonic Riders-esque tracks. But I guess not all things can come true, sadly. And for those of you who are wondering if this was like the final list of games that we have, I think it is. Here's a clip that I was able to get from an IGN interview about this game, and in this interview we do hear confirmation that there's 21-ish games, and that 4 of them were going to be the new ones that we did get to see, like the surfing, the skateboarding, etc. So here's a clip.
So the greatest thing about this new game that we are releasing, there's going to be 21 different mini games that are going to be Olympic games, and they're all featured in the Olympics themselves. But we have 4 new mini games that are going to be in this game that are actually also new to the Olympics. So those include surfing, karate, sports climbing, and skateboarding. So we're really looking forward for all of the fans to enjoy these new games that are featured in the actual Olympics.
So I think that's a good number of games, I guess, because these are not just like party games, like I said. These are games that have some kind of like depth kind of fleshed out into them. So I think it's a decent number. I wonder if like previous Olympic games had more. If you know that, then let me know in the comment section below whether or not there were more games available in previous Olympic games or not. But now let's go on to number 9, and this is another factoid that I think people actually really missed, and that is the fact that like online multiplayer will be a thing in this game, and there'll be a max of 8 players with online multiplayer. And so I actually found this tidbit from a Shack News interview, and in this interview they did confirm that there was going to be online multiplayer and that there was going to be max 8 players. So here's a clip just showing that.
Gotcha. And this game, does it have online functionality? Can people play with their friends even if they're not in the same room with them?
マルチプレイは可能なんですよね。で、オンラインプレイは可能なんですよね。両方とも可能です。
Both is definitely there. You can play online and you can play with multiple people.
Awesome, sounds good.
ありがとう。
オンラインだと最大8人が同時対戦できるので、世界中の人みんなで競い合ってほしいですね。
So online you can actually play up to 8 players maximum. So
Gotcha.
we're really hoping that a lot of people can play all over the world.
Awesome. That sounds great.
And so yeah, that's pretty cool. I honestly don't think that this is going to be a very online multiplayer heavy game. Like I just can't envision this game being that popular in terms of online multiplayer, but I'm really glad that it is an option there nonetheless, and I'm glad that they're going to support it. And so yeah, it could be really fun, you never know. Now at number 10, here's the final point, and that is the fact that there's apparently a bit of a retro mode in this game. So going back to the tweet made by Phantom Fox, he also made a mention that there also seems to be a retro mode on some kind. If you see in the screenshot, there is a choice to select the pixelated versions of Sonic and Mario on the far right, and of course there's a bunch of question marks there, so we don't really know much about this, but we did get a bit of a sneak peek from the review trailer that was released last week. And as you can see here, this is a screenshot of both Sonic, Eggman, Mario, and Peach in their classic sprite forms, and I gotta say, the Sonic and Eggman sprites look a little bit out of place with the Mario and Peach ones. I kind of hope that like maybe they use like the more advanced Mario ones that came out at the same time that Sonic did, because otherwise Sonic and Mario just look like really out of place together. Like it just looks a little bit jarring, but nonetheless it's a really cool idea for a game mode nonetheless, and I'm really curious as to seeing like how this is going to play out. This might be a really big feature in the game, we don't know for sure. And also a really cool possibility about this mode is like seeing other characters in their pixelated forms like Shadow, Blaze, Silver. So that would be a really cool thing, and I hope that's a real thing that they're actually doing for this game, because I think that'd be really awesome. Now, remember how I said at the beginning of the video that there might be a bonus point? Well, there is. Wow, didn't see that coming, did you? But yes, at number 11, we've officially got footage, well not footage, but we've got screenshots of the mobile game that's called Sonic at the Olympic Games. And so this game is exclusively Sonic characters. It might be some kind of licensing issue with the Nintendo characters in particular, but this here is a rendered artwork of Sonic and also the logo you see over there. We only have 2 screenshots of the game, but this first one is of the hurdles. And so here you can see that you have Sonic and Shadow. They don't have their stylistic shirts on, unfortunately. They're just in their basic bare bone bodies, but yep, it's looking pretty typical. And also you got another screenshot here that seems to be a look at the map. And in this map you see a bunch of different locations with their specific mini games there. And also you see a Zavok icon over here. So I wonder if Zavok here is like some kind of boss challenge, or maybe just like another playable character you can unlock. Man, they're really shoving Zavok down our throats, aren't they? But yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. Wow, that was actually a lot more to cover than I thought. I hope this video was helpful to you all. I hope you all learned something new from this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What's your favorite thing out of everything I talked about in this video that you're most excited about? Let me know that in the comment section below. And yeah, thank you so much for this. Okay everyone, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, want to see more in the future. Follow me on Twitter or Twitch, and join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. Now this is Riders, riding out. A quick shout out to my special duckies, Reese Gaming and Sodden Grider. If you would like to become a ducky, then please check out either my YouTube membership or my Patreon in the description box below. Thank you.